Hey now, what's going on everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and I reviewed Friday, so it only makes sense to go on and review Next Friday, which is a film that came out in the year 2000 and is directed by Steve Carr. And the plot of this sequel to Friday is it's the very next week. Debo breaks out of jail, or prison, because he's wearing like an orange jumpsuit, so yeah, he went to fucking prison. Him and, I believe, his younger brother, that we didn't know about until now, are going back to go after Craig, Ice Cube, for revenge. But not only that, you have Craig and his father, who are moving out of the hood to move to, or at least Ice Cube, is going to live with his uncle Elroy. However, of course, it's not all that safe, as him and his cousin Day Day they get in trouble with the Spanish gang who lives across the street. Now, what I think of this sequel is, this is not good. This is not good. This is not good. I sit here and I watch this movie. I mean, maybe when I was younger, when it first came out, I was like 11, 12. So maybe I liked it then. I don't really remember. I just know that even then I knew this wasn't as good as the original Friday. How could it? There's so many things working against this movie. Friday was a huge surprise hit. Not only because of how cheap it was and how much of money it made, but how much people just gravitated towards it, took towards it, related to it, quoted it. It just became this whole thing on its own. So to try to do a sequel to that, to try to, in a sense, top that and live up to that type of expectation is insane. You're never going to be able to match that. As much as I say that I was impressed with Ice Cube for writing that first movie, I have to look at him and say, what the fuck went wrong here in the sequel? Because he wrote this as well. Ice Cube's okay. He's okay. I said in the first movie he has his moments of being funny, and he does. Here, he's just kind of playing through the motions. He's more reactionary to all the other weird characters around him. He doesn't really bring a lot to the table as far as being a main character that we give a shit about. You meet Day Day, who is played by Mike Epps. He's Ice Cube's cousin. And Mike Epps, I kind of like Mike Epps. I kind of like him. Meaning, there's some movies where I think he's funny, or he's even decently amusing. And there's other movies where I don't care, or if I find him more annoying than anything else. He has moments of making me chuckle. I chuckled a couple of times with him. You could tell he's improvising like crazy. In comparison to Chris Tucker, what? There's no comparison. You can't compare his character to Chris Tucker because it's night and day. The level of energy, the level of enthusiasm, the level of hilarity, it's just not there. Chris Tucker is greatly missed in this sequel. I know that by this point he did the Rush Hour movies. He was probably, at least in his head, too big to come back and play that character again or do a Friday movie again. In a sense, I get it, but man, I would have loved to have seen what a Friday sequel with Chris Tucker would have been like. Because you really can't do one without him. You can't. Some of the other characters, obviously, Tiny Lester Jr. as Debo. I get why they wanted to bring Debo back. I mean, he's such a great villain type character, especially in the first movie. That I get it, he wants to come back for revenge, but when you see how they use him here, so wasted. Such a fucking waste of time. His scenes with him, and like I said, his little brother that we didn't know about apparently was in jail with him, and they both broke out. Constantly just the other guy being really annoying, whiny and stuff, and Debo having to smack him around. And then they spend most of the movie in John Witherspoon's dog truck, just stuck in there the whole time. And then when at the end of the movie, where he's supposed to have his revenge, he's face to face with Ice Cube, he gets taken out in like a fucking second. I'm like, you built this up this whole time for that payoff? Really? John Witherspoon, like I said, he's back as Craig's father. I guess maybe with the right material, or maybe with him it's less is more, because I find his scenes hilarious in the first film. This one, they use him a lot. There's a lot of unnecessary random scenes of him just driving around in his car, talking about he had the spicy burrito, and he has to go to the bathroom, and he can't pull over because he's on the highway, and he's like, help me please, help me please. And like, okay, I get it, but it's just like, I don't really care. I don't. So I don't really find it all that funny. Uncle Elroy, he's here. I don't know. I don't really like him as a character either. I mean, he's just this guy that won the lottery, so he's really rich, but he hasn't paid his taxes, so he's in danger of losing his house. Are we supposed to give a shit about a guy like that, or him losing his house? Because I don't really care. And then at the end of the day, the plot of this movie, if you really want to get down to a plot, is Ice Cube sees that these Spanish guys across the street have money, probably drug money or something, and Ice Cube goes, huh, well, we need money, or you guys need money for your house, so how about we go and steal their money to use it to pay for this house? I'm like, so who am I supposed to care about in this movie? These are all fucked up people, terrible people. Auntie Sugar, who is Uncle Elroy's girlfriend, a highly sexual girlfriend who has the hots for Ice Cube, I guess. Tamala Jones plays Mike Epps' ex-girlfriend, and she's pregnant, and she claims that he is the father. He says he's not, so eventually they're going to have to go on Maury to figure all that out. But she just shows up, keys his car, has her big little sister showing up. The Lady of Rage, for anybody who knows her as a rapper. So, I don't know, that side plot didn't really do a whole lot for me either. I mentioned the Spanish guys. The leader is Jacob Vargas, who I've seen in some movies. Here, you could say he's slightly amusing. You could say that, I guess. I mean, him with the hat that's like over his fucking face. I don't know how he sees. And he's very stereotypical. He's very over the top. But the moment, I mean, he didn't really make me laugh, but the moment when he was about to hook up with that chick and he pulls his pants off and he's wearing a fucking thong, I go, okay, fuck you. Like, talk about trying too hard. And that's what this movie is. It tries too hard with a lot of its gags. Like, the first Friday didn't have to try that hard. Carla is Jacob Vargas' sister, who obviously she's hot. Ice Cube has the hots for her. So, boom, she's the love interest. Fuck Nia Long in the first movie and how we did all of this stuff where he got the date with her. I'm assuming he hung out with her the next day. But in this continuity, a week later, we don't fucking talk about her. We don't know what happened. We don't know if they dated, if they were going out, or if it was like they hung out once and didn't work out. They don't even fucking talk about it. Wow, I hate when sequels do that sometimes, where I know they think, oh, it's been so many years later, as far as when it actually comes out, nobody's going to care. No, this isn't the Friday sequel that I want to see. Maybe they felt constraint because, like, Chris Tucker wasn't coming back, so they had to feel like they had to take it to a different area. But that's where you say, this sequel isn't worth it, because it's not going to be as good, or it's not going to be as funny. It's just not worth it. One character in this film, one scene, I will say, did make me laugh. It made me laugh pretty hard. I can admit it. Clifton Powell plays Pinky, who Mike Epps and this other guy, they work at like a record store, and their owner is this guy Pinky, who looks like a pimp. He has a jerry curl. He's very over the top. He has a scene with Ice Cube where he sees Ice Cube in the store and he thinks he's robbing the place, so he puts a gun up to him. And then he has this whole back and forth thing with him where he has the gun to him and he's talking shit and he's asking him questions about, like, what are you doing here, or what's this and what's that. And whenever Ice Cube goes to answer, he says, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. And then he goes to ask him another question. And when he goes to answer, he's like, I said shut the fuck. Like, I will admit that whole exchange had me laughing pretty damn well. It's a lackluster sequel. It sucks because I want to like this movie. As much as I love the first Friday, you'll want to like this a little bit more. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think of next Friday? Do you like it more than I do? Like, comment, subscribe. Later!